All right, take 4. Sorry, I'm upset. I had a run-in with the neighbor that's got his dog running around. It's killed my babies. Anyhow, that's what this is all about. So this is a 100-watt solar panel. This is temporary. I'm gonna buy a new one for it, just for it. Same with what's going on here. But this is a 2-joule, 12-volt electric fence. It puts out 10,000 volts. Has a range of 3.5 miles. I don't know if it's visible right now to see, but there's a little red light that blinks on and off. That tells you that's on. I got 2 lines. One goes for my northern fence and one goes for the south fence. And then one main ground. It grounds out on this ground rod. I'm also using the fence as a ground, so it's tied into it. So in the battery case, I have the charge controller, and then of course the battery, and then the electric fence comes with 2 alligator clips, or it comes with a 110 plug. So I got it on this. This is a 195 amp hour battery, more than enough power. So according to their specs, this electric fence uses 1 amp an hour. That's what it draws for 10,000 volts. All right, so we're going to walk the fence a little bit. So there's an underground pipe right here, and it goes over to that side of the fence on this side of the gate. And then the red wire is the north fence, as you can see. It goes down here. Now I have an upper line and a lower line. And people might want to know why that is. Well, if dogs try to jump the fence, they're going to get their balls zapped. If they try to go underneath, they're going to get the back of their neck lit up. It's on the outside of the fence because this road is on private land. And I'll show you that. So you can see all this intersections have the sign. It says that this road here is on private land. So that's why the electric fence is on the outside. And as you can see by the corner property marker that the county encased in concrete, the fence is clearly on my side of the property. So anyhow, that there's where it goes down on the bottom and it wraps around, and this is where it goes from the top, comes here, crosses, and goes down the back. Now we're still right here. This is an area where the dogs were tunneling or digging underneath and jumping the fence and jumping through the fence. So as you can see down low, there's a wire where they were tunneling. It's double wired. It goes down all the way around over to the post. And then here where they were jumping in through the fence, they actually had caved down this barbed wire. I had to pull it up. So double wired here. Now on this side of the gate, the pipe obviously comes out of the ground. Don't touch that, you get hurt. The wire's right there. That line's lit up. Everything down below is barbed wire and chicken wire. It's not, but the ground is tied in right there, making the full fence bonded. So going going south, as you can see, on the wood stake, there is a thing for wire, but the wire's not here. It's only on the top right now because I ran out of clips. But interesting, somebody broke a tail light right here. Anyhow, but right here is down low, as you can see, because this is where the dogs are trying to get in too. And I ran out of money. I didn't have money for chicken wire, so it's down low here and up high. So they crawl underneath the fence. They're going to get lit up. So it goes around You can see this is how, keeping it from shocking, it runs all the way down to a post that's down there and in here. It's not the full length of the property. All right, we're back over here. Had to go all the way around. This is the end of the south end of the fence. I have a secondary ground rod. Goes 8 feet into the ground and then comes out, and it is bonded to the fence and the fence post, creating an awesome grounding source all the way around the property. As you can see, it goes around multiple layers. So we have, you can see where the black is. That's one. That's another point, and then the top. So anything that comes through here is going to get lit up. That's the neighbor's dog. And this is the fence they put up for it. So I didn't electrify this. Alright, this is the southeast corner. And the neighbor kids like to come here and they play in these berms. This is actually to slow down the water when we get monsoons. Help it settle in the ground a little more, a little longer. So anyhow, from here, this little section is not electrified. And you can see it's barricaded off pretty damn good. There's a lot of fencing and crap in there to stop them, as you can see. So at this point here, this is the north fence end of it. Comes here. I found this morning, after I didn't have this, they made a tunnel, the dogs did, getting in right there. So I put the wire on there. For some odd reason, I was still getting a short, so I just left the wire there, but I put more crap there, plywood and other stuff, to stop the dogs from getting in, digging their way through. But anyhow, so it goes from here, and as you can see, these dogs were jumping this fence. This is 5 feet. So this goes all the way around. This is my burn pit, paper holding area. And the dogs are coming in here too. So as you can see, it is electrified also. I made sure everywhere there was possibility of it touching anything has been isolated. So where it goes through any trees and stuff, I had to cut back all the branches that were there, so there's no way it can ground out. This thing is live, so I'm not going to get in there and look at it, but there's plenty clear. Now I tagged on another line. This area here is another spot where the dogs got in. They jumped the fence, and they also caved down this fence. That's why I have now some old wheels, some old tires, and the parts that I took off my truck supporting the fence, so to help prevent it. But I also electrified it. So here it is tapped on, and it's just a dead end. It goes from here to the chicken coop. Now that's my chicken coop. The guy that just had a run-in with, his dog, I caught trying to dig its way underneath this, the cinder block coop. His dog is the one that brought all the other dogs here. There was a dozen dogs came here and they killed my babies. And they did it in this area. This is the chicken enclosure. It's got 6 foot tall wire or some mesh or something up, and inside the chicken enclosure is the chicken run, and inside the chicken run is the 2 coops. This point of the, you can see this is 6 feet tall, 7 feet in some spots. I only had one line there. I ended up adding this extra layer of fencing here because they caved. And right here, it's hard to see it, but there's a fence post. There's the other post. There's a wood post and a fence post. This distance is less than 6 feet. They caved down this portion of the fence, and that's how all 12 of them got in. So I have a wire that runs across the whole top. I got lines attached to the lower fence, attached to each layer of the fence, tied up to the top, to help hold the fence up in case they try to hit it again. Also, I put barricades up along the bottom to help prevent them from getting in. So this is the inner fence. This is where Jennifer was killed and where the dogs attacked me when I was trying to get Jennifer away from them. I had one dog I was fighting and 2 dogs were on my back. This is where my babies are buried. But as you can see, tall fence all the way around. And this is inside my property. This is my 3rd layer of defense for my babies. So this is Arizona state law. Nowhere in the state law does it say that I'm required to use such measures that I have to protect my pets. But it clearly states that no dog shall be permitted at large. Each dog shall be confined within an enclosure on the owner's property, secured so that the dog is confined entirely to the owner's property, or a leash not to exceed 6 feet in length under direct owner's control when not on owner's property. Okay, Arizona State Law 11-1013 states that any dog at large without the owner or stray dog found in the county must be impounded. Okay, then it says it's a class 1 misdemeanor if the dog's aggressive, and that's what the owner was that guy's son was charged with, was that one. And the next one, any dog if he knows that his dog's aggressive, then it's a class 5, and he admitted to it. And then we have what happens if they attack a pet and if they kill. Okay, so the last one, which is the most important in my case, Arizona Law 3-1311, dogs kill or chase livestock. If any person discovers a dog killing, wounding, or chasing livestock, or discovers a dog under circumstances which could that it has recently killed or chased livestock, he may pursue and kill the dog. There's nowhere in the law that says you cannot go and chase the dog back to its property and kill it. So like I said, I have barbed wire with chicken wire around my property. That's my first line of defense against these dogs. Now, taking into note, Arizona law is clear that the owners must have that dog under control at all times, and if on its property, it must be encaged it must be it has to be in a fenced-in area. So the first line of defense was the barbed wire fence and the chicken wire. My second line of defense is a 10,000 volt electric fence encompassing the property. My third line of defense is I showed you was the chicken enclosure. It's a fenced off area with 6 foot tall fencing that the dogs got through the barbed wire and the chicken wire on the first line of defense. I didn't have the electric fence up yet, and then they got through the fence for the chicken enclosure, which is clearly they had to tear it down. So anyhow, that was my third line of defense. And of course, you know, they have a place to get away inside the chicken enclosure. I put doors on that, automatic doors, so to keep the dogs out, but yet they can get in there. So my final line of defense, which the law clearly states I have the legal right to, is this. This is a 44 revolver. It will put a hole in them the size of a quarter. So I'm doing everything I can not to kill an animal. But my last form of defense will be I will kill that animal.